out with me, booby? Why you hanging out with me, bub?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing another nail video. It's actually a tip that I picked up pretty recently, but it's amazing. So naturally, I have to share with you guys. I have my little guest Charming here with me. I hope he stays with me. He's almost never around when I'm filming, so I hope he hangs out. So this was a tip that I found on Instagram, and honestly, I can't even remember who put it, but I will be linking all that down below. I had just been on the Explore page and was looking around, and I saw this video on how to remove dip nail in like 5 minutes. I thought it was like a lie. I was like, no way, my dip nail always takes like an hour to take off because you have to soak forever and you have to buff them. So I was like, you know what, I'm so desperate for a change that I tried it and it worked. The most it's ever taken to take off one hand has been like 7 minutes. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. So first, let me show you all the things that you're gonna need. Number one is going to be a pretty medium to large size bowl, about half filled with water. Now you got to microwave the water. I did it for about 2 minutes. You basically want it to be super hot, but not going to burn you hot. 2 loose paper towels and 2 sandwich bags. Now I'm gonna need you to pretend with me. Let's use our Disney imagination that these are 2 sandwich bags because we actually ran out, so I have to use these enormous gallon size bags. And lastly is 100% pure acetone. Now this is one that I actually bought at a beauty supply store that you kind of need a license to shop at, but Sally's does have their own 100% pure acetone, and this one I just put it in this smaller bottle so that it's easier to work with. So those are the things that you absolutely need. Next are the things that are more optional. So this one is the Gelish Nourish cuticle oil. As I've said in the past, you don't have to use this one. You basically can use any cuticle oil or any moisturizing oil. It's just to protect our hands from the acetone. I'm going to use this Super Nail Cuticle Softener and Remover. Now I get this at Sally's. It's because after I remove the dip, I like to clean up the cuticle so that way my nails are nice and prepped for when I go and re-dip them. A small, gentle nail buffer. I don't know what this is called in Spanish. It's in alicate, and that's how I've known it my whole life. So the trimmy, I think it's like trimmer, no? Cuticle trimmer or something like that? You need that. And then a cuticle pusher. Now I have 2 different kinds. I prefer this kind. It has the flat side and it also has the pointy side. This side is a little bigger and more rounded, and then it has the scrapey side. I don't like using this one as much because since this side is so big and my hands are so small and my nails are pretty small, I just don't always use it. And I did want to mention I also have 2 paper towels on top of a towel on my desk. I do this every single time I do anything with my nails so that way I can protect the surface that I'm working with. Alright guys, so I'm going to put you now on the table tripod so that way you could get a super close-up view of my nails and how rough they look right now. And then we're going to jump right in. So you want to take each paper towel, hopefully not wet it, fold it in half, place it in your hopefully not so enormous plastic bag. Remove any jewelry. Take your 100% acetone and pour it into the bag. Now I just eyeball this, honestly, maybe like a 1/4 cup. You basically want enough that you have a little bit swimming in there. Now take your cuticle oil and cover your hands. Like I said before, this can be very drying and we want to take care of our hands as much as possible. So the cool thing about this is you don't even have to buff off the shine off the dip nail. You can leave it just like that and put it right in the bag. So I'm going to go ahead and start the stopwatch, and you want to place your hand between the paper towel in the bowl, and you're basically just going like this inside the paper towel just to really massage it all out. Now keep in mind that because the water is hot, it can get pretty toasty. If it happens to get a little too hot, just pull your hand out of the water for a second, let it cool down, and then keep going. I also wanted to mention that this is only 2 layers of dip color. That also has to do with the time. When I was doing 3 layers, and especially if it was a glitter color, then it would take probably closer to like 7 to 8 minutes. Already you can see the color coming off. Really make sure to pay attention to your pinky and your thumb. Those are usually the ones that take the longest, just because it's kind of harder to like be coordinated and massage them as much as the middle three. So just make sure to remember them and give them love. All right, guys, that's it. Let's look at our timer. 4 minutes and 45 seconds gone. Isn't that insane? Okay, so now that my second hand is done, I'm gonna rinse my hands a little bit in the water because sometimes you do get a little bit of the residue of the dip nail onto your actual hands, but just with like some water and some soap later, if anything, it all comes off very easily. And then using my tiny nail buffer, I'm gonna buff off any excess dip nail that might have been left over. Then going in with the cuticle softener, I'm gonna put a little dibby dab on all my cuticles. Gonna massage that in. And then using either one of your cuticle pushers, like I said, I'm gonna use this one, but I will say that this one is more gentle than this one in my opinion. But I like this one because of how small it is, because my hands are teeny tiny. And you just wanna gently push back all that cuticle that's soft now. Don't push back too hard because you really don't want to harm your healthy cuticle. You really just want to remove all the dead stuff. And then using the pointy side, I'm going to go ahead and gently go under the cuticle for anything I might have pushed underneath. Then using this doodad, my alicate, Spanish word of the day, I'm going to go ahead and get all those teeny tiny little pieces there that are stuck. So next, I'm going to go ahead and take my little nail buffer and I'm going to buff out that cuticle area as well. And again, you want to do this very gently because you don't want to harm the healthy cuticle. You just want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And then lastly, I'm going to take some more cuticle oil and apply that all over my nails just to really hydrate them again and make sure they're not too dried out from all the acetone. So that took me about 15 minutes to clean it up and everything. So it's super, super easy. Alright guys, so that is how you can so easily remove your dip nail. And if you don't want to do all the extra steps like I did with cleaning up the cuticles and stuff, this really is an even faster process. You could probably get it all done in 10 minutes. And you can actually do both hands at the same time. I have done it before. The only reason I don't do it is because then I am just kind of sitting there awkwardly. So unless you have a show on or something, which you could totally do, I usually like to browse my phone. The other thing I wanted to mention was I do use 2 bags and 2 paper towels. Don't reuse the first one because the thing is, by the end of that 5 minutes, that paper towel is like ripped to shreds. There's dip powder everywhere, so you're gonna have so much more residue all over your hands. And I can't really think of any other tips, guys, because honestly, this is just like the fastest method I have found. So I hope that this is a nice little gift for you guys and that now you guys will be able to really enjoy dip nail. But alright guys, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Chunky monkey, do you want to crush your boy? Hey, chunky monkey. You just want to go back to sleep, huh?
Guys, he's getting so fat. He's 18 pounds. I even have him on a diet, but I think he's going around and eating the other cat's food. I'm gonna have to put you by yourself so you only eat your food. Look at this foofy belly. Too fat. Cat hairs everywhere now. Alright. Ciao, bellas.